Hey guys, it's Trisha with Upcycled Stuff. So today I want to show you how to make this quick little heart-shaped t-shirt yarn lapel pin, which you can easily transform into a necklace, and I'll show you how at the end of this video. But this is a good craft for adults, but it's also good for you to do with your kids. So pull up a kid and let's get started. The supplies that you're going to need to make this lapel pin from t-shirt yarn is, of course, t-shirt yarn. And if you need instructions on how to make this, please be sure to check out the link below for a tutorial on how to make t-shirt yarn. You'll also need a pair of scissors. You'll need a pin finding. You'll just need a small piece of felt, and this is to cover up the back of your work, and a glue gun with glue sticks. The first thing we want to do is make the coils that will make up the body of the heart. And to do that, I'm going to cut off this angled piece here so we have a nice piece to work with. We're going to just start bending this in on itself so that we can start our coils. And after I get the first full circle done, I'm going to put just a dab of hot glue in there just to help keep it tight. Okay, and then I'm just going to keep coiling, and there's really no need to do a bunch of hot glue in the layers. Because when you get to the end, we're going to attach this all to a piece of felt, and we'll have hot glue all on one side of this coil, so it'll keep it all together for you. So really, you're just going to keep coiling this round and round until it reaches the size you want. Remember, there's going to be 3 of these. 2 of them will be the same identical size, and 1 of them will be slightly larger. So it just depends on how big you want your pin to be. So I think I'm going to stop right here for the first one, and I'll make another one the identical size, or as close to as identical as I can get. Just seal it off with a little bit of hot glue. Try to keep it from spilling over the edges so we don't have any showing through. We'll touch it up in the end, and then that'll be hidden after we get our other coil done. So do another coil just like that. Now it looks like we have 2 pieces that are the same size, so now I'm going to make one that's just slightly larger for the base of our heart. So what we're going to do is take the pieces and start gluing them together. And I like to have, all my ends of the yarns facing each other so they can all be glued together and kind of hidden. So let's start with the 2 little ones. And then I just put the pieces sort of touching each other. Hold it for a second. And then don't worry too much if you see a bunch of this glue sticking up. If you know the little trick with the hair dryer, you can take a blow dryer to this later and it will melt it away. Okay, now let's glue this one in. Having glue stick issues today. So now glue this one into place. Hold it for just a second. Now you're going to take another bit of your yarn take a little dab of glue, put it on the tip of your t-shirt yarn, and then at the top of your heart where the 2 smaller ones come together, poke this way down inside between the 2. And then wrap it around the outside. And then don't try to keep this, like this, because then you won't have a heart shape, right? So we're going to just wrap it around the big piece. My yarn is misbehaving. Okay. So I'm gonna glue that down so it doesn't keep twisting on me. I'm gonna glue some at the bottom so that that stays in place where I want it. And then alongside this other circle. And you can see it, right? You see the heart shape taking place, except I'm twisted. What else is new? And you'll cut off another little piece. Put some glue on the end. And pop that down inside. You want to make sure those two ends meet so it doesn't look like a sloppy finish. Okay, so you see it's a little bit unstable, just like this. So we're going to put a backing on, and it's kind of messy too, but we'll clean that up. So for the backing, you're going to take a piece of felt, and of course I really like this Eco-Fi felt because it's made out of recycled plastic bottles, like soda bottles and water bottles and such. So Eco-Fi is the name of it if you're interested. I'm just going to take a pen and trace around my heart. I don't want it to be bigger than my heart. I want it to be just a little bit smaller. I don't know if I can actually see my heart, if this is tracing or not. It is. It's a red pen, so it's not helping very much. And then cut that out. Good Lord, I can barely see that. If you need to use marker or something like that, I wouldn't worry about it because this is going to be smaller than your pin. So let's see how we're doing here. That looks good. Okay, now we need to attach your pin, and just to give this a nice finish, I want to put the pin underneath my felt and just have the two ends that are the functioning parts of the pin sticking through the top. So once you have your felt the size you want it, go ahead and line this up sort of center and poke your pin all the way through. And then we're going to cut a little X mark right where this piece is so that that can poke through the fabric. So just put a little fold in your fabric where that was. And cut a couple snips so that it will fit through. Let's see if it fits. There we go. And then if you need to make this a little bit bigger, it's better if that little mechanism comes through. You can just cut right around the pin, just to make it a little bigger. There. And that just gives it a little bit more of a finished look. Alright, so to secure that in place, I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to the back of the pin as well as the back of the felt. And I'm going heavy on the glue in the places where the coils are, so it'll help keep everything in place. Press it down into place. So make sure, while that's before it dries, make sure that your pin mechanism is still working. because when you're blobbing on glue like that, you just never know. There. Okay. Okay, so here's the beginnings of the end of our pin. Now we just need to clean it up because there are blobs of glue and I can see all kinds of little hairs from the glue. So I'm gonna go grab my blow dryer and I'm just gonna use a high heat. I'm not gonna keep it in one place for too long because it'll melt all of my glue. But I do wanna melt this off enough that it will fall back into the t-shirt and melt away so that it's not exposed. And then there is your finished brooch, which can actually serve two purposes. You can wear it as like a lapel pin or just a brooch like on a hat or a bag, but you can also wear it on a necklace. If you put it on a cord, you can just attach the pin to the cord and then you have a nice Valentine's Day necklace. So however you want to wear it.